Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Ragnarok here with episode number 40 of my High Elves Endgame Let's Play as Tyrion on Legendary difficulty. Alright, so I'm going to try and finish things up today. I'm not sure how successful I'm going to be to that end, but I think it's very possible that we could finish things off. There's not a lot left to do. It's just basically tidying up the corners of the map here and settling up here, and then we have to get our treaty with the dwarves. So let's just get to work right away and see if we can get that done. Which would be nice. I'm gonna let Uhtred do the attack just because he's got the artillery, and then we'll have this guy support the attack. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna encircle. And I did say we were going to fight this. I didn't realize the garrison was going to be almost non-existent. But anyway, we will fight this, even though it's going to be an extremely uninteresting battle. But this could be the last fight of the campaign. I don't know, depending on whether or not we're able to get to these Skaven settlements before the dwarves. The dwarves are bearing down with a lot of armies, so I don't see Clan Moors putting up too much resistance. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we can get to one of their. Really like to get to the capital settlement down there, in the very bottom of the map, if we can anyway. Alright, reinforcements coming in over there. Not that this deployment is going to make too much of a difference.
Ready.
And Dragon Princes, we'll put you guys over here, I suppose. You can stand right here. Are you on horseback? Yeah, alright, that's perfect. You can hang out with these guys. Stand back here with the bolt throwers. Yeah, we'll just stretch them out nice and wide.
Eagle Claw. Yes. Ready.
And I'll have the Lore Master right out front. Start it up.
We will obey. It will be done.
Change our angle a little bit. You guys defend the flank if need be. Whoops. Alright, it's because I'm holding the shift key. That's interesting. That's something I've never really used before. If you hold the shift key while you have them highlighted, you can send them on a real route. Yeah. Anyway, you guys up here. Shit. Nope. Those aren't the.
Seeking the foe.
Anyway, it's not really necessary here because we are. This fight is almost over. Dragons over here. We can get the dragons healed a little bit. Guess I've suffered a little bit of attrition coming down this way. For fuck's sake, I always forget about these things. Damn it to hell. Lost a little bit of did a little bit of damage there on the bolt throwers. Anyway, And not like it's really gonna make any kind of difference. Dragon Prince is looking good as always. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get these 2 dragons over here and give them a little bit to heal. Like one of these. This is a high mage. I thought that I think the other army has a healing mage. There, we'll just throw a quick heal on these dragons and call it a day. Didn't really do sun. Might as well throw one more heal on. Fuck it. They're gonna replenish in the end turn. Doesn't really matter. Oh. Anyway, yeah, let's just get back to work here on the campaign map. I mean, basically, it's just gonna be bribing the dwarves and trying to gain enough influence to be able to get the dwarves and the New World colonies to sign a treaty, and then we can finally get an alliance with the dwarves. And once that's taken care of, by the time we have that taken care of, the rest of the map should be under our control, or the dwarves' control. Anyway, as soon as we mop up these Skaven, probably what I'll do is I'll probably disband these armies as well, and save us even more cash. Alright, we'll just occupy it, since it's worth absolutely nothing.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
Actually, I think that was a accidental point there for Uhtred. Yeah, definitely an accidental point. Anyway.
Can I offer assistance?
Alright, let's go Merchant Lord. Get that income boosted up any way we can. Yeah, we can leave that for now. I like that, the growth. Growth will be good.
Lord of the Phoenix
Might as well keep moving. Yeah, just a couple settlements down here that need to be taken. Cursed jungle. Oh, okay. Actually, I guess this part of the map is part of the map too. I was thinking that this was blocked off, but it looks like this is all one province here, so that's good. Anyway, we finally have spices under our control, so probably the next thing we'll build here is the spice building, so we can unlock that final technology. Wolfenstein. Maybe some armor, I guess. Oh, he's way the fuck up here. Alright, Hell Pit is at plus 25. Down here, it's fine. Guess we'll have you sit here for one more turn. Probably consider disbanding this army now as well. Probably gonna end up disbanding most of the armies, to be perfectly honest. Actually, let's go into diplomacy before we start spending money building up these provinces. Well, these provinces do need to be built up if we're going to maintain control of them. Go with this first. Alright. That should be fine if we leave it. Rakatrin. Just thinking, what's the quickest way to get back here? Maybe we'll come down this way. Get to Zufbar. Go for Zufbar next. These provinces, I don't know. They revolt, they revolt. We should be able to avoid it. Anyway, where's our all of our agents?
You have my
Get you guys
attention.
to work. Get you down here.
Ali! Standing by. I know the way.
Speak your mind. For honor!
Alright, let's see what we can do with the diplomacy. Attitude-wise, Border Princes are...
The Empire. You have a proposal? We are willing to hear it.
Yeah, this is gonna be boring as hell.
Fine.
But
I will.
it is kind of necessary. Anyway, feel free to skip ahead
On
through
it.
some of this stuff here, guys, while I try and butter up our... I guess the Border Princes are
As you say, sir.
our ally. But what I want to do here is I want to
What do you require?
come over here and steal the influence from the Border
Noble
Princes.
son of
Damn it, we're not going to be able to do it this turn.
Onward then.
Anyway, next turn we'll be able to gather a whole bunch of influence, and then we can start.
What news?
Yeah, we've
Noble
got the
born.
5 of them down
Standing
here.
by.
Could also bring the nobles from Tyrion's army down here. Maybe that's what I'll do as well, just so we can really rack up the influence very, very quickly. Actually, we could send them over to here, just so that we keep them separated as well. There's Tyrion's army. Anyway, dwarves. It's deteriorating again. 280. I think the maximum.
Friends of the Dowie.
I think there's a maximum
Sure.
that you can improve it. 290.
All here are honored dwarfkin. All right.
I think once it gets to, what was it, last episode,
I
like 308 or something, you can't, doesn't seem to do anything after that.
agree.
Oh wait, gifts 320. That's still helping out.
All here are honored dwarfkin. I suppose.
330.
All here.
Maybe I was
are
mistaken.
honored
Maybe it was
dwarfkin.
380? I don't know.
All right.
Do it one more time, and then we'll spend the rest of the money building infrastructure.
Sure.
Should be good for now. And Border Princes, it's improving. Give me a couple more gifts. Where'd they go?
What?
Deteriorating. Improving.
Greetings, stranger.
All right.
You have a
One more
proposal?
gift.
We are willing to hear
I
it.
really don't like doing this, but I mean, there's
On
not
it.
really any other option diplomatically. All right, let's take a look at
A noble
what we
victory.
got. Public order issues. Yeah, just basically, the situation is just need to keep public order under control, and we'll be fine. Actually, turn the taxes back on here, even though yeah, it's nothing, just about. I can't turn the taxes back on there yet. Here things are fine, sort of. Yeah, things are good. Not even taxing it, that's good. Frozen landing, we don't need to go back there just yet.
Must be maintained.
We can just park here for
If
now.
you will it.
Yeah, it looks like this is the only place where public order is a real issue. Things are looking good for now. Reichland. It's getting built up very quickly. What's the public order there? It's not great, but it's going to be improving, so it's okay. Hellspire Mountains. You can always turn the taxes off here temporarily to get things back under control if need be. Yeah, we got the taxes turned off in a lot of provinces right now, but I mean, what else can you do? Once the corruption is sorted out here, still need like a character or something there. Keep it under control. I'll leave the taxes on here for now. Yeah, no, things look good. I guess we'll just focus on doing the building. Worry about the income buildings for now, and then we'll get the don't really need defenses here. Maybe we'll go any longer. I'm not sure. I guess I must have built them just because of the situation with rebellions and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. It's our cash. We've got 15 gold left. Looking forward to getting rid of a few of the armies so that we can save some cash. Probably I'll end up disbanding all of the armies except for Tyrion. I might keep Freya around too, just because her army is a little bit cheaper than the other ones and kind of attached. I love this army composition. Budget and very, very powerful. Look at the missile damage. 51 missile damage on a regular archer. It's fantastic. Anyway.
The people are resting.
Yeah, we'll let her sit there for now. Continue sitting over there. Anyway. Let's go through this. Really would like to get to the end of this chapter here if this is going to be the last episode. I mean, if it's not the last episode, then I'm going to always go through this, finish off the chapter, but I probably won't start a new chapter just because we're getting so close to the end of the campaign. The paralysis Tzarkin had afflicted upon Malice diminished enough that he was able to stumble over towards his retainer. He glared at the hideous barbarian and the ghoulish eye stalks. It will die, Malice swore, driven by some instinct imparted to him by the enchanted blade, or some fragment of knowledge Tzarkin had inadvertently left behind in his subconscious. The Dracu brought his sword slashing down into the rusty chain binding the zombie to the bloated giant. Solar rose from his abruptly lifeless flow. The severed chain flopped and flailed, flecks of rusty ichor dripping from its broken links. For all that it looked like iron, the chain was actually an extension of the behemoth, an umbilical cord, attaching its slave to the grotesque bulk. Once the connection was broken, the power animated the drowned thrall was extinguished. Even as Solar scrambled away from the corpse, it was rapidly dissolving into a mire of putrescence. Any jubilation at their victory over the corpse puppet was quickly stifled. From the arm of the giant a dozen other chains were dropping, and with them a dozen more of the hideously animated carcasses. Behind the creatures came the monstrous hand of the giant itself. Malice tightened his grip on the warp sword, fearful that any moment Tzarkin would again exert its debilitating malignance. Maybe Hadrath's pirates will kill us, Solar said, pointing with his blade at the towers overhead. The giant was indeed beset by the Black Ark's defenders now. Repeater bolt throwers peppered the thing's ghastly flesh with yard-long spikes of steel. Bold corsairs swung out upon lines to hack at the titan with halberds and axes. Flocks of harpies darted about its skull, trying to claw eye stalks from its face. The flash and fire of magic crackled and flamed about its body, charring small patches of the monster's skin. Any army was doing its best to fight off the giant, but Malice didn't think it would be enough. Tazarkan might have lied to him about many things, but he was certain the demon was right when it claimed the mortal barriers were breaking down. With the gates of reality ripped asunder, the ability of mortal weapons to visit harm against a demonic behemoth such as this was doubtful. Such magic was being employed against it was too little to cause any real hurt. Malice looked up towards the heights of the Starspire. Lady Eldar and Drusilla were up there, along with many of Fleetmaster Hadrith's own seers and sorceresses. Yet there had been not even the slightest suggestion of attack from that quarter. While the rest of the Black Ark fought for their lives, the Starspire remained inactive. Malice would have an answer for such treachery. "We have to get to Eldar," Malice told Solar. The retainer scowled as the first of the zombies reached the bridge and stirred into hideous animation. He managed to cut the chain binding one of them before it became fully active, but then was forced to retreat as the rest slashed at him with their weapons. "I fear that won't be easy, my lord." Snarling, Malice sent the head of a drowned pirate hurtling from the bridge. "Then we make it easy," he vowed, pressing home his attack and breaking the umbilical, feeding energy into the headless body. A great shadow fell across Malice as he engaged another of the corpse puppets. The Dracu had only a second to dive aside before the gigantic paw of the giant came smashing down. The corpse he'd been fighting was obliterated by that huge hand. The whole bridge shook from the impact, chips of stone cascading down into the street below. The tendril-like fingers of the hand snaked about, squirming and oozing in every direction. Malice felt his gorge rise at the boneless, sinuous way the digits moved. Each was tipped not with a nail or claw, but a rounded, leech-like mouth. He could see shreds of meat and armor caught in some of those mouths. "You'll not feast on me," Malice roared, as one of the tendrils slithered towards him. The warp sword slashed across the finger, all but severing it. Wide as a man's body, the thing squirmed back, writhing and undulating. Other fingers came slithering around the bridge, some crawling up from beneath the span to investigate the injury. 6 gigantic tendrils turned upon Malice, their mouths uttering obscene ululations as they whipped out at him. The warp sword severed one of the fingers, sending its wriggling hideousness into the crowd of terrified slaves below. Then the Dracu was forced to retreat before the nest of abominable tentacles. It was all he could do to fend off the slobbering mouths, and with each breath, the terror that Tazarkan would immobilize him grew. Alright, okay. Alright, so it looks like the dwarves are slowing down a little bit on this front anyway. So we might actually have a real fight on our hands once we get down here. Probably be a little bit careful. I want to get to this settlement. Ah, son of a bitch, just as I was saying that. Anyway, what the fuck? Well, I was gonna say, if they take this, we can take this one, but it looks like they're gonna go for both at the same time. Though, depending on the strength of the garrison here, they might be able to hold the doors back, but we may be just a little bit too late getting down here. Doesn't look, I was gonna say, maybe we can come down here on the coast and beat them to it, but it doesn't look like that's going to be an option. Anyway, let's get you on the force march. See if you can possibly get ahead of them. And, I mean, you might as well stay here for the public order for now. I don't think we'll need both armies. Or all 3 armies for this shenanigans down here.
Can I offer assistance?
Actually, I'm gonna put you on the force march. It doesn't look like you've got quite enough room to get there. And then we can still go back to the golden tower if this guy doesn't get there. Yeah, the dwarves just have too many fucking armies. That
Brave son of Ulthuan.
who the fuck is this guy? Alright, this guy got injured, I guess.
Light my path.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll send you towards a dwarven settlement so we can get some Get some influence going.
You have my attention.
Alright, so we're gonna start stealing influence from these blokes.
Brave son of Ulthuan. Destruction!
Smash it to ruins. Please accept my apology. I am sorry.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 3 of them in a row failed.
Born to lead. There will be carnage.
Dauntless.
My strength
Go.
grows.
I wonder if that's because I
There will be carnage.
clicked on them before the other action was finished. Anyway, everybody's all tapped out here. Let's go weapons master. Not that it really makes any kind of difference.
Noble son of Ulthuan. You have my attention.
Electronic radio, I guess. Though that's more expensive, but whatever. Alright, so how bad did that hurt our diplomacy with these guys? Hero actions against them, -50. Anyway,
Let
let's
the
see if we can...
supplicant come forward. I approve.
Where'd that go?
Let the supplicant come forward. I will. It shall be. Very well. Clever. I am with you.
Yeah, it should be that if you give them a like a large gift, that it should increase the.
It shall be.
You should actually be able to do it so that. Damn it to hell! Doesn't seem to be helping too much here. Still deteriorating.
You ask for a boon.
Oh shit! Am I giving it to the wrong? Am I giving it to wrong faction here?
Yes.
Greetings, stranger.
Agreed.
Should be able to just put in a number, like the previous Total Wars. I don't know why
Right.
it's gotta be this gift system.
Affirmative. All right. Agreed.
Whoops.
Fine.
Alright. There we go. We got it improving again. How are the dwarves?
One rug!
Give them a couple more gifts this turn.
Friends of the Dowie. Go on then. Sure. Aye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exciting stuff, this. Anyway.
Oathbound. Go on then.
Just really want to complete this and keep the campaign in its entirety for you guys. Basically, why I
At your service.
want to do that. Can I select all these guys? Ah, fuck. Guess apparently not. Anyway, we're gonna have them come over to this settlement over here, and we'll have them do the same thing over there, and just see if we can rack up a ton of influence.
I cannot.
Servant.
And I mean, if need be, we can always go back to one of the dwarven
Not
settlements,
possible, I'm afraid.
or whatever. It's fine.
Protector of the Everqueen. Noble son of Ulthuan. At your service. I know the
Yeah,
way.
so long as we have enough treasury, we should
You ask too much.
be able to this
I am honored.
system of
For my queen.
using our agents against them, and then paying them off with gifts should work out
the
fine.
Reaper.
So long as we keep the treasury nice and padded. I think to that end, I think we can actually get rid of this army now.
A
Wolfenstein, we
worthy ally.
have... Alright, let's
Knowledge
take you out,
awaits. Guardian of the
and then
Phoenix
everybody
Crown.
else will disband for now. It's a shame to
Loyal
disband
to a
all
fault.
of all these veteran units, but I think they've earned it at this point. And if we're ever in a war with the dwarves, we could always just recruit them again, the generals, that is, and I'm sure it wouldn't be long before they gain quite a bit of experience. Alright, looks good. This army, we'll have to keep her for a little while longer. Just because we need her to bop between these two provinces. For the time being, anyway. How are we doing up here? Looks good. I mean, maybe we'll get rid of this army too. I don't know. I'm really attached to this army. We're doing
Order must be maintained.
get this built up. Go with that. Taxes are off. Next turn we might have to put a general there.
You must restore.
Alright, looks good over here. What's the right available? Invocation of Hullith and Vol. Oh, this is the one we need, the Invocation of Asturian. Anyway, we've got a little bit of influence to spend. New World Colonies. Improve the relations. Fuck, it only improves it by 15. It's gonna take forever. I don't think this is gonna be the final episode. Probably next episode will be the final episode. We're going through this kind of fucking slow. I should have started doing that thing with the influence much sooner. Anyway, let's just double check we're not going to have a rebellion anywhere. Alright, it's actually improving now. It's good. Up here, that's where we got the worst. Improving. Here, we'll be able to sort that out. And here, I was gonna say, I think it's gonna balance out in time, but maybe not. Anyway, we have the option to turn the taxes off there too. It's good there. Hellspire Mountain, it's not too bad. Over here, it's a little bit of an issue. And in Averland as well. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Spend the rest of our cash. Where can we build? Ostermark. Let's get the public order going first. Probably should build the embassy down here, I guess. Or we could build the Handmaidens Gallery, but just leave it for now out of cash. Alright, looks good. I think that's it for this turn. And let's see what happens to Malice here, see if he's going to survive this this demon attack. Very exciting stuff. I keep forgetting about that guy. Tremendous roars rang out from the end of the bridge. Malice was able to look past the nest of tentacles threatening him to see two enormous reptiles lumbering out onto the bridge. A company of beastmasters were goading them forwards with long spears and torches. Bigger than small whales, the reptiles stomped forwards on great clawed legs, their long bladed tails lashing angrily behind them. Bodies armored in thick layers of scale, they plowed through the corpse puppets, snapping at them with their fanged maws. Each of the beasts boasted half a dozen heads, each one resting on a long, serpentine neck. There was no fear in their dull yellow eyes as they charged towards the Titan's hand, only the limitless savagery of the most fearsome creatures ever bred by the beastmasters of Claire Carond, the War Hydras. Malus knew these beasts. He'd purchased them himself to augment the armies of Hagrid, paying a small fortune to secure the biggest, most ferocious hydras ever to emerge from Naggarond. He was still bitter over such squandered wealth. Only a few months after Gristlefang and Snarlclaw had been delivered to Hagrid, the barbarian invasions and demonic incursions had started. Naggarond became a city under siege, desperate to sell anything and everything at any price just to bring more warriors to her defense. Now, however, the colossal war hydras were showing their value as they lumbered towards the Titan's hand. Snarlclaw reared its 6 heads. When it thrust them forwards once more, gouts of flame exploded from each maw, searing across the putrid meat before them. Gristlefang roared, pushing past the other reptile in order to worry at the steaming flesh of the huge hand. The tendrils that had a moment before been menacing Malus whipped back around, striking instead at Gristlefang. The Hydra bit back at the ropey fingers. Malus saw the Hydra pull one of the wormy tentacles loose, as though uprooting a tree. The tendrils responded by wrapping around one of the reptile's necks and squeezing it mercilessly. Eventually, the crushing pressure choked all life from the head. The tendrils withdrew, letting it flop lifelessly at the Hydra's side. But even as life ebbed from the head, hideous new life coursed through Gristlefang's frame. The dead neck and head burst, splashing gore across the bridge. Where the mangled flesh had been, 2 smaller heads now writhed, each snapping at the charred hand with vengeful ferocity. Before the combined might of the 2 war hydras, the gigantic hand withdrew. Retreating upwards, bolts from repeater crossbows stabbed into the grotesque extremity, loosed by hundreds of Hagrid's soldiers and the Black Ark's warriors. Nearer at hand, Malus saw a longer spear hurled up at the hand to end itself in the thing's palm. He locked eyes with the caster of that spear. The timely arrival of his war hydras was explained. Vincinneric's quick death, making certain nothing dire could befall her lover and benefactor. The Dracu started to walk towards her. Vincinnerix, Solar, the war hydras. The bridge itself vanished before Malus's eyes. One instant they were there, the next they were gone. Replacing them was a cold, dark room. Celestial shapes shone overhead, picked out in diamond and pearl with lines of platinum running between them to form the signs of this Cytherea and Cadea. A great pattern glowed upon the floor beneath his feet, crushed rubies forming the lines of the pantheonic mandala. Upon the symbol designating each god and goddess, a disembodied heart lay in the pool of blood, the organs pulsing with impossible life. Only at the center of the mandala, where the emblem of Khaine was depicted in bloodstone, was there no heart. Instead, a young elf boy stood, his body swaying in the grip of some hypnotic cadence. Malus looked away from the esoteric scene, gazing instead at the people gathered around the edge of the mandala. Lady Eldire and the cabal of sorceresses she had gathered together. Somehow, he had been transported inside the Star Spire. Alright, yeah, definitely not for the faint of heart there, guys. I know I probably should put a warning up on the channel, so if you're like a younger viewer, yeah, some pretty violent shit and some pretty gory shit in there. But anyway, I guess these days we're pretty desensitized to this sort of thing. Anyway, we want that influence, so let's offer a large gift. Anyway, income is continuing to go up. Trying to get rid of some of these armies. How many armies do we have in the field? 8. But hopefully soon we can get rid of some of these guys. I might disband Uhtred here. Fucking hell. Yeah. These guys are sieging it out.
My axe thirsts for war.
We might get to the Cursed Jungle first. Temple of Skulls, where is that? Oh, that's way the hell back there. Alright, well, let's have you continue moving this way. Might get over here. So this is probably going to get at least one more episode in, guys. Yeah, I think I am going to disband this army as well. Have you stand out there, and the corruption. It's going to be a little bit bad, so have you come out here too.
Traveling unseen paths.
And I don't know, just right now I'm just mostly interested in getting our economy really rolling. Oh, that may have been a little bit premature. Let's turn the taxes off as well, just to slow that down a little bit.
What do you see?
And we'll have to put some points, sink some points into public order for him, and just have you in position over here if these guys happen to lose here. What's the garrison like? Oh, we can't see the garrison, unfortunately.
Prince.
Oh, for fuck's sake! These guys are
Axe thirsts for war.
every time. This army might lose though. Anyway,
How can I assist?
I'm half tempted to force march and go for the capital first, because I feel like
Ready to march.
and then we can come back to the cursed jungle if they don't win there.
Unwise.
I mean, these guys could attack us, but I don't think they will be. For fuck's sake, that's this.
Onward. Moving out.
All right, I guess that's as far as he can go. Anyway, we're gonna bring him
For the wisdom of the layer.
I serve the king.
down to here. He's got a couple more turns to get down there. All right, cool. Sort of, not really.
Smash it to ruins.
Smash it to
Breathing will
ruins. You're
count.
just gaining influence, man. Just calm the fuck down.
Defender. There will be carnage.
Good job.
Brave son of Ulthuan.
None of this really matters at this point. Anyway, hard hit's pretty good.
Always. Not possible. Let's hear it.
Now this is fucking problem, getting all these freaking nobles
Standing
in one
by.
area
Smash it to ruins.
is
A promising lieutenant.
might as well make you immortal. Is just trying to click on
Ready.
them all.
Defender.
Fucking hell.
Direct me. Destruction.
Oh, good.
A worthy ally.
This is just, I don't know, I guess we don't really have to level them up every time we
Smash it
gain
to
a level.
ruins.
Success, good job.
There will be carnage.
Good job.
Their skill is legend.
Keep going. Hard hit. I think that was all of them there. Anyway, if it's not, oh well. Ooh, before I forget, actually remember this time to move this this agent over here if I can fucking find him. He's heading towards this settlement. Which is going to revolt. Where the fuck is he? Is he that far away? I don't know, there's a lore master out here somewhere. I think. I have no idea where he's gotten to. Alright, well, whatever. Oh, there he is. Son of a bitch.
You seek
It's
illumination.
almost there.
Seeking truth.
Alright, is that gonna... Oh yeah, there we go. Public order sorted. Alright,
Speak
you
your
guys...
mind.
Hopefully we can offer
Smash it to ruins.
enough gifts
A
that this
resounding
is not going to be too much of
success.
a problem here.
Loyal to a fault.
I want to give you secure influence.
What do you require? Smash it to ruins.
Your ring, good job.
I await your orders. There will be carnage. I have done well. true son of Ulthuan. Destruction!
Yes, a very
A
riveting
resounding
episode here
success.
for you guys.
Destruction.
Anyway, I really
I have
appreciate
done well.
the support for the
You
for the
have my
campaign. You guys
attention.
sticking with me till the bitter end here.
There will be carnage.
It has
Stand
been
by.
one hell of a long campaign. Just about yeah, it's been going on for
Destruction.
an entire year,
A resounding
pretty much. And
success.
I mean, we didn't even conquer the entire map.
A mighty warrior.
So I mean, there were a couple snags in the road. I mean, there for a while, the campaign was very much in doubt when we were at war with both the
Asur
Dark
are
Elves
ageless.
and the
Shield against the darkness.
and the
Orion.
dwarves. Things were definitely looking very, very, very dicey at that point of the campaign. Anyway, yeah,
The Empire.
we need to give these guys a ton of gifts to get that back going in the right direction. Dwarves need some more
You
gifts
have a
as well.
proposal? We are willing to hear it.
Sigmar's will. I will. Agreed?
Yeah, we shouldn't have to do this too much more after, like, once we get the
Empire's blessing.
New World colonies and the dwarfs to agree to peace,
Of
we
course.
shouldn't have to sink too much money money
So be
into
it.
keeping these guys happy. I think our treaties with them should do the trick.
Very well.
Our relations should continue to improve. Ah, fuck! What am I doing here?
Agreed? Indeed.
Very tedious, though.
All right. Right.
All right, how did that do? Improving. We'll give them a
You
couple
have
more
a
gifts.
proposal? We are willing to hear it.
Very well. Right.
Just
Yes.
keep things on the up and up with these guys.
It is
Same thing with the
time.
dwarves. A few more gifts. Oh, whoops. Ah, damn it. My arm is getting tired from this,
Greetings, honorable ally.
going through this motion of continuing the gifts.
Go on then. Yes. I agree.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Alright, that should be good, I think. Alright, good. Improving and improving. And, alright, let's get into the court and see how much improvement, oops, we can do between these guys. Improve relations. We do, damn it, we can only do it twice. He's going in the right direction, but it's probably going to take a few more turns at least. Anyway, fuck me, we just spent like 70,000 there on any relations improved. Zufar, a little bit of an issue there. Public order is more or less under control in most of the areas. Let's get you built and continue with that. That going. And let's go with growth here. This province built up quickly. Looks good. I love this point of the campaign where you can just basically unfettered building. I mean, if we had more money, it would be unfettered. But anyway, I love doing the building. Though it's a little bit unfortunate that there's not more options for the building on the campaign map. But anyway. Alright, I'll go through one more end turn. See what happens to old Malice here. Oh, forget about that guy. Alright, Eldire and the others stood in a wide circle, their hands linked. Crackling ribbons of atheric energy played between them, provoking frost to form against their skin. Yeah, sorry guys, words are not easy. Words are hard, as Pixelated Apollo always says. I don't know why I struggle so much with some of these, but anyway, what can you do? Several of the sorceresses shuddered and shivered from something far more intense than the cold. Two of them looked as though they had been shriveled into mere husks, kept standing only by the hands of the Druki at either side of them. There was only one gap in the circle. As Malice took stock of his surroundings, he saw Drusilla waiting for him. Her expression was grave as she confronted the Dracu. "Your army will never reach Ulthuan if you do not protect this circle," she warned him. "The sea demon will drown the eternal malediction. Our only hope for survival is to give it other prey." Malice looked over at his mother, but if Eldire was even aware of his presence, she gave no sign. "How?" he demanded, returning his attention to Drusilla. "How will you save my army?" Drusilla indicated the young elf standing at the core of the mandala. "A final offering to fuel the invocation," she said. "That is all you need to know. You must protect us until the ritual is finished." "Protect you from who? The giant?" Malice scoffed. At a gesture from the sorceress, a door swung open at the end of the room, letting in a thin sliver of daylight. "Stop the ones coming up the stair. If they reach this place, we are all finished." She smiled, but it was a bitter, joyless look. "My own precautions are not enough." Lady Eldar saw that much in her divinations. Drusilla did not linger to explain more, but quickly returned to the circle, seizing the hands of the witches at either side of the gap. Malice wasn't sure if it was his imagination, but a shadowy knife seemed to appear beside the hypnotized youth. Sorcery! He didn't understand how such things worked, and even less did he understand the strange price demanded by magic. It was enough that such forces could be harnessed and put to use. If whatever Eldire and Drusilla were conjuring could save them from the Titan, he would play his part to bring such magic about. Grimly, Malice stalked through the door. Somehow he wasn't surprised when it slid shut behind him. He was standing on a landing high upon the star spire. Below him, he could see the whole of the Black Ark. From this vantage, he could appreciate the gargantuan size of the giant and the havoc it was inflicting on upon the eternal malediction. An entire tower had been ripped free, thrown into the sea by the raging behemoth. The same sorcery that supported the Black Ark kept the tower afloat, broken as it was. Strange sea scavengers darted about the shattered tower, picking bodies from the rubble. Closer at hand, Malice could see the giant's head. Several clusters of eye stalks stared back at him. There was no mistaking the abomination's hungry interest as it redoubled its effort to batter a path through bridges now swarming with bowmen and war machines. He could feel Tzarkin stir deep inside him, but the daemon at least had sense enough not to speak and goad the giant to greater effort. Malice forced himself to tear his eyes from the behemoth to the stair leading down the Fleetmaster Hadrith's tower. At the edge of the stair, he saw a lone warrior standing guard. The elf had a sinister, airy air about him, his black armor looking as though it had been hacked from a slab of malachite. His helm was tall, molded to look like a mass of writhing serpents. He reminded Malice of a Medusa, though even those terrible creatures would have had more vibrancy about them than this stony sentinel. Beyond the guard, Malice saw a troop of corsairs rushing up the stair. At their head was Fleetmaster Hadrith, his sea dragon cloak and cephalopod-style armor distinct among that of his retinue. As they saw him, a cry of utter hate welled up from the corsairs. From their tone, Malice could guess that all of them had lost family to make room for Haggref's army. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. A little bit early today. We've got the opportunity to take this settlement, but I think it's better to come down here and take the Temple of Skulls. I think it's our better bet. Yeah, I mean, things are slowly moving in the right direction. I don't know how high we're going to have to get their relations in order for them to sign a peace treaty, but anyway, well, we'll keep moving towards that end, and then hopefully we'll get actually a real fight in here, down with the I mean, I don't know.
You need me?
Oh, we could take this. Fuck it, let's just take this settlement. I mean, the...
Uri fair.
Oh,
Your
son of a bitch.
instructions?
It was not even... Oh, for fuck's sake. Wasn't even a battle
At
there.
your service.
My
I thought that was going to be
axe thirsts for
Skaven,
war.
for sure. Anyway, the risk I was going to say is that we won't get to the Temple of Skulls before the dwarves do. But maybe we can still get down there, and these might not even be populated. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Episode number 40 is next. I'm hoping that'll be the last one, but it's hard to say. This is it just depends on how long it takes us to get the dwarves and the New World colonies to stop fighting. I mean, the other option, like I said, I think last episode, is to come over here and destroy the New World colonies ourselves, or we could just declare war on the dwarves and fight it out for another 100 hours. That's also an option. Not a great one, but anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Should only be a couple more episodes. Hopefully next episode will be the last one. Have a great day. Ragnarok signing out.